Hey everybody, welcome to another new video. So today we're going to go over my Ice Shot / possibly Lightning Arrow build. I haven't really decided which one I'm going to go with. They're pretty interchangeable. Before we get into that, if you are liking the content that I'm putting out, please consider subscribing because it really helps me out. So we'll go over the gear, the gems, the tree, and then we'll go over to path of building. So first off, the gear. So for the bow, just get a 6-link Imperial bow. I go with fractured damage. Just it makes it easier to roll to get all three, because you'll be using Trinity, fractured T1, T2. I have a video on how to craft this bow. Can have up to 3 craft modifiers, increase crit chance, and increased attack speed. For the helm, for now, I'm just using something with res on it until I go full crystallized omniscience with the Black Sun Crest. For the quiver, I just bought a fractured bow attacks fire an additional arrow quiver with a shark tooth quiver to get more life on hit. And then I spammed it with Deafening Essences of Zeal to get attack speed until I got some, decent rolls. Crit multi, and then attack damage leeches life. Craft on LE damage with attack skills. For the ring, I just bought these on trade just to get the non-channeling skills have -9. A little bit of strength and some res on there. Craft on fire and cold res. The other ring, same thing. Res with non-channeling skills. Craft on life. The amulet, I bought this. It's just a +1 level of all skill gems with some stats on it because I really need attributes. I don't really care about the anointment. I'm just, trying to get going. For the body armor, I paid like 1 divine for this. It's a 6-link grasping mail to get armor evasion and energy shield. I haven't actually done anything to it yet. This is exactly how I bought it. For the gloves, just life and res and stats. And then I rolled a little more spell suppression and attack speed on there. The belt, just regular Stygian Vise with pretty decent res on there, and was that tier 1 life. The Abyssal Jewel, just more stats and some attack speed. The boots, got triple res on there. Is that tier 3 life, and then the increased cooldown recovery rate of travel skills, just makes a little quality of life thing. And then drops Brutal Ground, which increases critical strike chance. And actually put the increased attack and cast speed if you've killed recently when I did the 3rd lab as well. For flasks, just life flask with bleeding and corrupted blood. Got a sulfur flask used when you hit a rare unique enemy, so it gives you increased damage and consecrated ground and life leech as well. It's a quicksilver flask with some additional res and gain a flash charge when deal critical strike. Granite flask used when you hit a rare unique enemy again with double armor on there and increased effect. And then the quartz flask is linked to my life flask just to get phasing and things that carry so you can get out of there. As far as the gems go, we've got Storm Rain Ballista on our bow. So 2020 Storm Rain linked to lesser multiple projectiles, focused ballista, so the ballistas attack when you do. Multiple totems get 2 more totems. Ballista totems, you can actually use Storm Rain as a totem, and then increase critical damage support. I've got Sniper's Mark linked to Mark on Hit, with a level 3 Clarity, and Defiance Banner. The Clarity's for the Watcher's Eye, which we'll get into once we get into the tree. As far as actual Ice Shot / Lightning Arrow goes, just a 2120 Ice Shot. We've got Trinity, regular elemental damage attacks, Fork, Inspiration, and increased critical damage. Got increased duration linked to Phase Run, and then Flame Dash and Blood Rage. Phase Run's super nice because you just keep it on your left click, and then as long as you don't attack, the cooldown is super quick, so you're phasing while you're running through stuff. Makes doing lab and stuff like that way easier. As far as auras, just a level 3 Enlighten with a Determination, Precision, and Grace in there. So when I'm mapping, sometimes I will swap out Fork for GMP. Just depends on what the map's like. If it's a big wide open map, then I'll use GMP. If it's like a tight map, then I'll use Fork. So for the Ascendancies, go Focal Point for increased effective marks. Gathering Winds gives you Tailwind. Go up to Ricochet, their skills Chain, and then Endless Munitions to get 2 additional projectiles. Just work your way over here. I do have 1 large cluster jewel, which is terribly rolled. I've only got Field of Fight on it right now, but the Interrogation small cluster jewel Actually did get it with the effective non-damage ailments, which is nice. But that allows you to inflict Scorched Brittle and Sap as opposed to Chill, Freeze, or Shock. Take Lionized Fall. This is probably the best jewel for really any bow build because it lets you turn all these dagger and claw nodes into bow nodes. So you can increase damage with hits, crit multi, crit strike chance, this damage, attack speed, steel power, frenzy, and endurance charges as well. Just come down here, so the Watcher's Eye that I have is increased attack damage while affected by precision, and then non-channeling skills have -10 while affected by clarity. That's why I only have, I accidentally leveled it up, but you'll just need a level 1 clarity in there somewhere, so that way everything's pretty much free. To turn on clarity, you know, Storm Rain costs 15, that's it. So I can run all these auras and have 33 mana, and you know, never goes down. Just come down here, take Mark for Death, so you're going to mark something every time you hit it, so you always have Culling Strike, anything that you hit, and then Point Blank, more damage to targets at the start of their movement, so you do have to be close to stuff. Alright, so just straight up on hit damage is 906,000, combined with Culling you're at about 1,000,000. I do have this warning that says I don't have enough mana to use a selected skill, but as you saw, it does work. Decently tanky, I guess, you know, 20,000 effective hit pool. Once I do get Crystallized Omniscience in there, this should go up and be a little better. The damage is going to go up significantly as well. I don't know why it says I only have 51 fire res, but as far as the configuration goes, you do use Frenzy charges, Gale Force, Inspiration charges, you do have Tailwind, you're pretty much always leeching. It's 5 totems, a Resonance from Trinity, overlapping beams of Storm Rain, about 50. You can get 100 on the ground, but it's not probable unless you have fighting a really big boss. Scorched Brittle and Sap as well, and yeah, that's it. How you figure out these numbers, in case you weren't aware, is if you go to Calculations and you change it to whatever skill you're using. If you go right here, it'll tell you what your maximum Scorch is. I only have 79% to inflict it, but 30% Scorch, 6% Brittle, 20% Sap. I used to be able to get it up to like 15 Brittle, which is what affects your crit chance, but now you can only get it to 6, so you can see it significantly lowers your crit chance until you get that 6% Brittle. I will be putting out the updated version once I get Crystallized Omniscience in there, the Black Sun Crest and all the stat rings, and probably got to get stats on my boots and gloves and everything, but I'll have that out on Friday. Oh, thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video and smash that subscribe button.